Hi, Noel Chemist, Miss Rose again. Going to explain to you about checkpoint number 2. Okay, I'm going to share my screen and pull that checkpoint up. Here we are. We're on the document, and here we are, checkpoint number 2. You're going to watch this video. You're going to look at Alizé's project again for inspiration and ideas, and you're going to complete the adopt and research your molecule questions below. And here they are. We're going to be practicing the skill entitled selecting relevant sources. What do we mean by relevant? What we mean by relevant is that they are related to your molecule, to the topic that you are doing, are researching, okay? So here we have it. What is your selected molecule? Tryptophan, okay? What is your molecule's chemical formula? This is the formula that Alizé put on her project. Hers was methyl iodine, so it was CH3I, 1 carbon, 3 hydrogen, 1 iodine. This is what this is asking you here. What is your molecule's chemical formula? Which elements are in your molecule? And how many atoms of each? And that's that little subscript number down the bottom. If you remember, hers was specifically CH3I. This 3 should actually be a little subscript down below. And there's probably a way to format that. And that means that there's 3 hydrogens. Okay. Now you're going to begin to research this. And if you want to know what kinds of things you should research, you can look back at her project. You want to know the name. You want to know its formula. You want to know its uses. You want to know some of these questions are listed down below. When was your molecule first discovered or made? Who synthesized it or discovered it? How was your molecule first discovered? What is your molecule used for? Does it have any societal implications? For instance, if you chose Agent Orange, you could talk about how it was used in the Vietnam War and what are the long-term effects. Is it a medicine? How does it treat? What does it treat and how does it treat? Does it interact with the environment, with the human body, with the atmosphere? We learned a lot about that. Okay. So the next thing we're asking you to do is to give me the name of your source and a link to your source. And this is really going to help you because oftentimes kids forget where they got information or they can't find the link again. So this is just going to be a simple copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Now, if you don't know whether something is really relevant or whether it's going to pass what we like to call the CRAP test, you should take a look at a resource I've provided back in your checkpoint. So if you go into your checkpoint here, under chemistry, and we're into the NLA Adopt a Molecule project, and we're into checkpoint number 2, we're right down here, the CRAP test workshop. And what this does is help you decide if the resources you've selected are really good. So basically, is it current? And that's what we mean by currency. When was it published? Has it been reviewed? Is this website and all the links functional? Is it relevant and reliable? Does it relate to your topic? Does it answer your questions? Who is the intended audience? Where does this information come from? Is this information that just a guy is sitting there typing in the middle of the night, sitting in his underwear? Or is this from the CDC or the NIH or the FDA? Has it been reviewed? And do you feel comfortable using this source? And who is the authority on it? Who is the creator? Are these medical doctors? Are these researchers? Is this a foundation? Is this the National Institute of Health? What groups are they affiliated with? Who sponsors the website? And then the purpose of it. What is the purpose? Is this propaganda Are these people who are trying to convince you or bias you? Perhaps you're reading something from the large agricultural complex, industrial complex that is saying, don't worry about methyl iodide. Nobody wants to eat a puny little strawberry like that. Everybody wants a big red strawberry. So we're just putting a little methyl iodide. Is that something that is opinion or is it fact? So these are things that you need to take a look at when you're looking at a source. And so we call it CRAP. Is it current? Is it relevant or reliable? Who is the authority here? And what is the purpose of this? And if all of these check out, then this is a resource that you're going to want to use. And so you're going to return here and you're going to put the name of the resource and a link to the resource. And some information I'd like for you to get today is, of course, some of this history and function of it. And these are the guiding questions, okay? At the end, I would like for you to assess yourself on how you did on this skill. So the skill is selecting relevant sources. And because we're in 11th grade, and this is an 11th grade class, we are staying here between the 4.5 and the 6.5. This is a 70. A 5.5 would be an 85, and a 6.5 would be 100, okay? So let's take a look at what do these numbers really mean. Well, if we're between a 4 and a 5, we have somewhere between 2 and 3 sources, okay, that provide credible information. So they pass the CRAP test. They're relevant and credible and current, and they're written for the right purpose. And they may have different perspectives, and that's good. Over here, if we start getting up above the minimum, we're at 3 to 4 sources that are detailed and credible. They provide relevant answers to research questions, and they could also have this varied perspective, okay? One person saying there's nothing wrong with using, let's say it's testosterone. Somebody saying testosterone is often used in bodybuilding, and one person saying that the side effects are minimal, another person saying the side effects are not, taking a look at that. Sometimes we use growth hormone to help with the growth and development of teens or even preteens who are very underage and underdeveloped, so that we can let them physically keep up with peers. There's a lot of debate about that. What are the side effects of that? And so you might get 2 relevant, credible sources that are applicable to this, that are accurate, but one that agrees with the use of growth hormone and one that disagrees. And perhaps you would want to use both to give a complete understanding in your project. Okay, now we start getting up to where I want to see you guys be, in the 6 range. We have 5 or greater sources that provide this detailed, credible information that's relevant to your research question, that passes the CRAP test. And again, they vary in perspective. Now, if you want to go into the 7 range, which is really where Alizé's project was, this is nuanced and comprehensive. She really went into all of the dirty 30 and the clean ones, and the way in which it not only affects the environment, but the way in which the income gap creates a nutrition gap, which exacerbates a health gap. And it was just so very, very comprehensive, very nuanced. It's not just about whether or not you can trust the strawberries at the market. It's what does that really mean when you can't trust the strawberries at the market? Who does that affect more? And what can we do about that? And it also, she talked about some gaps and limitations in the sources. She was able to show that even though in 2017 methyl iodide was banned, it's still used because certain farmers have stockpiles of it. So take a look at your sources and the work that you've done selecting your sources. Make your sources pass the CRAP test, and then give yourself a grade. And feel free to just put a little tiny X underneath any of these or wherever you think, or highlight it with your own, highlight the entire box with how you think with green, like, yeah, I think I'm a 6, or wherever you think you are. And then here comes the tricky part. Convince me of why. And I'm going to give you a huge hint. The way you convince me that you deserve a 6 is by using the language right here that tells me what a 6 is. So you can't say, I deserve a 6, and I put 2 sources in, because 2 sources is a 4, okay? So convince me. Convince me that what you say you deserve, you really do deserve. Use the language of the rubric, make your sources pass the CRAP test, and enjoy this opportunity to begin to practice selecting relevant sources while researching a molecule that links to our lives, that impacts our lives, because we all know chemistry is life. As always, guys, you can find me in office hours. You can text me. You can reach out. You can email me. You got this.